Tea time with Trav. Compete with yourself. Think of how you can outdo what you did in the past. When you try to compete with somebody else, you're automatically losing. You're going to lose your game because you're worried about trying to make someone else lose theirs. What's going on, y'all? It's Ayootravv, and I'm back again. Y'all, I got the Chinese chicken back in this thing today. Hold on, I need my hot sauce. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Had to get my hot sauce because y'all know I gotta. Ooh, I was about to start eating. I was saying grace, I'm sorry. Father God, I come today to ask you what's up with this food. Please help me nourishment to my body. Please help me digest this food properly. Here in my prayer, amen, amen, one time. Amen. We're gonna get right to it. Should have put some foil and stuff down there, but I ain't do that. I'll give y'all a bite first. Put my higgity hot sauce. Y'all, this is good. They fried it real good today. How was y'all day going? Mine is going pretty well. I wasn't in the bed all day. That helps. I was up and I was active, y'all. This is good. We're gonna start eating in once. I mean, I said start eating. I'm already eating. We start talking in 1 second, y'all. Try this egg roll. Tea time with Trav. Yeah, so I was watching. Y'all know we still in quarantine, so we binge watching these shows, right? So I was watching America's Next Top Model season 20 on Netflix. It was a couple instances that stood out to me the most, but both of them played a part in each other. There was a black guy who was auditioning, and he blatantly says to Tyra Banks, "Oh, I looked out in the audience and I saw that there was one other black guy, so I know that's who I got to compete with." And Tyra said, "No, you don't just have to compete with the people that your skin color and things like that." And I just thought it's crazy, but it's also sad that people have to think like that. That they have to think like, because we're shaped the same, we're the same shade, or whatever the case may be, that you're automatically competition. It was one contestant by the name of Jordan, y'all. Each week, Jordan was winning so much. And there were people that kept saying that they wanted Jordan, like their goal was to beat Jordan. So it got to a point where they didn't even seem like they wanted to win the competition for themselves. It was like their biggest goal was to be able to say that they beat Jordan. And I look at it like this. Compete with yourself. Think of how you can outdo what you did in the past. When you try to compete with somebody else, you're automatically losing. You already lost because you're now comparing yourself to somebody else when they're not worried about you. So you're going to lose your game because you're worried about trying to make someone else lose theirs, as opposed to trying to win yours. That's why I don't compete with nobody. Yo, I compete with myself. And that's not to be cocky. That's so I don't lose sight of what I want. When you start to get caught up in what the other person is doing, how they're doing better than you or how they're doing worse than you, you're gonna lose focus. You're gonna lose focus. If they're ahead of you, you're gonna be so busy trying to copy them or outshine them that you're gonna miss your mark. Honestly, you're gonna miss your purpose. And I don't understand that. I do like competition, like if it's sports or, a friendly game or something like that. But when it comes to my livelihood, I'm not competing with nobody. I don't genuinely care what you're doing or how you're doing it. Because that's none of my business. And y'all, the girl Renee, that was so focused on beating Jordan, went home before Jordan. Because she started to focus so much on what this other person was doing, she wasn't thinking of ways how to improve herself. and make herself a better model. We get so caught up in what the next person is doing that we honestly forget about ourselves, y'all. The hardest part about the business is minding your own. I know y'all heard that before. I know y'all heard mind the business that pay you. So what you doing, how you moving, how successful you are, how unsuccessful you are, how stable you, that has nothing to do with Trav. Literally nothing. Y'all, I lose my mind trying to keep track of what I did, how I did it, when I did it, etc. What part of my brain make me think I have time to worry about the next person? Literally nowhere in my brain. It's not my place. When it comes to business and me succeeding or anything like that, I'm so focused on it's right there. I find the focal point and I stick to it. There's always going to be hurdles and things like that that you have to get over, but I'm not trying to add any unnecessary hurdles. And that's what that is. Minding somebody else's business, that's an unnecessary hurdle. Sorry, y'all. But yes, that's me. And I've always been like that. And then a lot of times you may doubt yourself because people tend to forget. Everyone's story is different. Everyone's path that they take, the yellow brick road, we can all take the yellow brick road, but it's going to lead us into different directions and we're going to have different obstacles that's blocking the way. But when you worried about theirs, that's when you start to psych yourself out because someone may have a crystal clear road until the very end. They can literally get to the last 10 steps of their journey, and those be the worst 10 steps that they've ever taken in their life. But because you saw a crystal clear one in the beginning, and yours started out horrible, but wasn't going to end that way, now you're ready to give up because you don't know that your end was better than your beginning. That's what I've been needing people to understand. Y'all, I'm tearing this chicken up. I'm hungry. Y'all, sorry, this was good. But speaking of distractions, I'm gonna go back to that show because it was more distractions than just that, right? So that season was a girls and guys season. And it's usually just girls. I want to go back to the comparisons, which ultimately was a distraction to them, if you ask me. They all came there. Well, I'll say the girls, because the boys didn't really start off that way. But the girls started out like, oh, it's boys. There's no way they're going to let them win this. So they only looked at the female competitors as the people who would win. And they really underestimated the boys. Well, little did they know, they were so worried about the girls that maybe about halfway through the season, they realized there were way more boys left than there were girls. The girls were going home much faster than guys. I haven't finished it yet. I've seen it years ago, maybe a decade ago when it came out. I don't know exactly when it came out, but I've seen it, so I don't really remember the outcome. So right now, I've just gotten to the finale, and there's 2 guys and 1 girl, and of course, there's only 1 winner. So those girls were so worried about each other that they didn't think about how strong competitors the men were. Oh, but they sure found out. I was watching like, oh my God, like the girls were dropping like flies, left to right. And that's why you never underestimate your competition. Here we go. And when I say competition, what is it? Because you're always going to be compared to somebody. So in somebody's eyes, you're competing. And that's fine. That's the name of the game. But when you're in your head, compete with yourself, excuse me. And I'm in my head is Ayootravv versus Traviee. But also try not to beat myself up. Because that's what happens a lot. When you start comparing yourself to somebody else. You get in that head. Woo. Y'all know, once you in that head, you are in your head. And it's hard to get out of it. And you then become your own worst enemy. Y'all seen that? Alright, y'all, I'm getting a little full. Right now, y'all. Whew. All right. You already know. If you haven't checked out the website, check it out in the description box below. www.ayootravv.com. You can purchase your AO sauce as well as your AO drip merch. If you're not, excuse me. If you're not subscribed to the channel, click button right there, boom, hit the bell right there, boom, so you'll be notified each and every time we drop a video. But if you're from the second, that's where Ayootravv jump back into the description box, do it out the bottom, brr, boom. Go see me on social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, all that. I mean, follow me, leave me a comment on Instagram, leave me a Instagram, leave me a comment here, do whatever. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, what you don't want to see, what you want me to see, what you don't want to see, what you want me to see, what I'm money always does on the zone. Other than that, it's been real. Ayootravv is out. Peace. There we go. Peace.